Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Welcome to Vedic Heritage, busting the myth of Muhurta, the introduction. This series is my quest to answer the question, is Jyotisha Shastra superstition or science? Muhurta is a good topic to analyze because it is one of the practices in Jyotisha Shastra which has been unchanged since Vedic times and is widely practiced even today. A Hindu's life is marked by various rites and rituals from birth to death, whether to buy a house, solemnize a marriage, or even conduct funeral rites. Every Hindu consults a practitioner of Jyotisha to determine the appropriate time, a Muhurta. What exactly is a Muhurta? Muhurta in Sanskrit is a measure of time which is 48 minutes long. In practice, it also refers to an auspicious time. The literal meaning of Muhurta is explained as Muhu plus Rita. Muhu means a moment and Rita means universal order. Vedas tell us that all of creation functions by a fundamental order. Nothing in creation is random. Understanding this order helps one navigate it. Thus, the fundamental purpose of determining a Muhurta is to choose a time in sync with the universal order, thus ensuring the success of the project. Muhurta is also understood as an auspicious time, and the word auspicious actually means conducive to success. Jyotisha Shastra states that picking an auspicious time to begin any endeavor can positively influence both the course and the result of an action. Take the example of a bird who waits for an air current and then, upon entering it, just glides along without much effort. It may not be a smooth ride all through, but for most of the time it is a comfortable, almost effortless one. Meanwhile, the bird who has not managed to get in needs to exert a lot more effort to cross the same distance, and also gets tossed about by cross currents. Similarly, say that I leave home to attend an interview, the departure time will determine the experience of the journey as well as the experience and success of the interview. By choosing a beneficial time or a good Muhurta, I could positively influence the result of the interview. Just as the farmer observes the seasons and understands when to sow seeds in order to reap a good harvest, by observing the flow of time, Jyotisha Shastra helps determine when to start a project in order to reap success. And just as different seeds are sown during different seasons, auspicious times for each type of activity too differ. Thus, we can understand auspicious moments as entry points to beneficial seasons or periods, and also that a time which is beneficial for one activity may not be so for another. In fact, some time periods may even turn out to be detrimental or inauspicious for said activity. This is the concept of Muhurta, auspicious time. But how do we believe in a connection between time and action? If we observe nature, we can see that plants, animals, even humans seem to have beneficial timings for different activities. Sunlight, day and night seem to be integrally connected to all our physical functions. If we eat earlier in the day, food digests better, and if we sleep at night, we feel rested and stay healthy. When we substitute our night sleep by sleeping during the day, many organs are unable to detoxify, leading to mental or physical illness. By understanding nature and by choosing times which are conducive to each activity, our lives can flow smoothly. You may wonder that while this may be true for natural functions, what about other activities? How can choosing an auspicious time to begin an activity ensure its success? We definitely know that adequate preparation and effort are required for the success of any action. But sometimes, even concerted efforts may not bear the desired results. We also notice that a similar type of effort may bring forth a different result on different days. Or the same effort put in by two different persons may bear very different results. This leads us to conclude that there must be some other factors which influence the result of action. What are these other factors? Vedas tell us that there are many factors which determine the result of an action. All factors which influence an action can be broadly classified into three categories. Influences stemming from natural occurrences, Adi-daivika. Influences stemming from immediate surroundings, Adi-bhautika. And influences stemming from the individual concerned, Adhyatmika. But how can any influence other than one's effort dictate the success or failure of an activity? Let me explain this with a very simple example. Suppose I am to work from home. A particularly stormy day may take out my internet connectivity. The storm is a natural disturbance, Adi-daivika. A loud party next door may cause too much noise, disturbing my recording. This is a disturbance from my immediate surroundings, Adi-bhautika. And lastly, due to frustration, if I am unable to concentrate on my work, my own attitude is an Adhyatmika disturbance. Thus, despite my intention and effort, disturbances from all these three fronts affect the quality of my work. On the other hand, if I go sailing and the day is bright and clear with a good breeze, the Adi-daivika influence is positive. And if the ocean is calm and with very few other crafts, or if I have a group of like-minded friends sailing along, the immediate surroundings, the Adi-bhautika influence is positive. And thirdly, if I am in good health and cheer, then my own stress-free mind, the Adhyatmika influence, is optimal. So, with conducive influences from all the three sources, the effort put in will be of good quality and the outcome of the activity will therefore be successful. Thus, we understand that alongside individual effort, these three categories of influences prevalent at any given time affect the result of an action. The next question then is, what determines the type of influence prevailing at any given time? Vedic knowledge gives an in-depth explanation of this too. Any occurrence in the present is only a result of past action. That is, if there is smoke now, there must have been a fire before it. This observation that the present is only a result of past action is called the doctrine of karma. So, if the prevailing circumstance is beneficial, there must have been an action in the past which gave rise to it. Just as a tomato seed grows into a tomato plant, only a beneficial action can birth a beneficial result. Thus, good karma performed in the past results in favorable circumstances in the present, and similarly, bad karma performed in the past results in adverse circumstances in the present. For example, if I helped a friend during trying times, I may find similar help coming to me during my time of distress from some other source. Thus, the influences prevailing in the present are the result of the individual's past karma, good or bad. At the same time, present circumstances can also be the results of mass karma of one's family or ancestors, community, region, nation, or even the world as a whole. Each of these two contribute to prevailing circumstances. For example, climate change and associated circumstances are the resultant effect of mass karma generated by nations and the whole world. Everyone is responsible and everyone suffers their results. Even if I am personally very conscientious and careful in many ways, I will still suffer the consequences of the actions of the mass, since I have not effected any significant change in the behavior of the mass. But my individual good conduct may make it easier for me in some ways and manifest as some beneficial influences during my life. Similarly, in the smaller group level of, say, family, if the wealth gained by one's ancestors was by cheating others, then one will see that other family members will get cheated out of wealth at some point too. Similarly, the unhappiness caused by that action will result in unhappiness too. This is the doctrine of karma, and it plays over long or short periods of time, and Jyotisha Shastra is based on this doctrine. Thus, we can say that the result of any action is a consequence of many factors. 1. Effort of the individual in the present. 2. Result of the individual's past karma. 3. Result of past karma of the mass. Therefore, the prevalent influences at any given moment can and will be unique to each person. And since so many causes are involved, we often find it difficult to predict the exact result of any action or the success of any effort. By using Jyotisha Shastra, we can pinpoint a time when influences are beneficial on both the individual as well as the mass front, and that time is called an auspicious time, a Muhurta. How do we identify such a time? Jyotisha Shastra uses astronomy and astrology to do this. Firstly, one needs to uniquely identify each moment in time. This is done using astronomy. This also leads us to the factors which influence time. This astronomy aspect of Jyotisha I will detail in the next episode. Secondly, the study of the effect of these influences on the individual as well as on the mass is the field of astrology. This field I will introduce in the subsequent episode. In this manner, we will analyze and understand the concept of Muhurta and decide for ourselves if Jyotisha Shastra is indeed based on superstition or is it just a hitherto unexplored field of science. Hope I have conveyed the basic concept of Muhurta in a simple manner. If you enjoyed the concept, do share with like-minded friends and family. I will meet you soon with the next 2 episodes on Muhurta. Thank you for joining me. Hari Om.